Okay, so I just ended my stream. I think I streamed like 8 hours, maybe less, maybe longer. I don't know. But I'm just here to tell you one thing. The triple Revenant meta hasn't gone anywhere in Trials. In fact, the more I played over the course of this weekend, the more that it is really clear that Revenant is still the meta. Now, I had a pretty good game here against a pretty decent team. They were running triple Revenant. And yeah, today's stream was pretty aggravating. A lot of stasis spam. I also got DDoSed. If you don't know what DDoSing is, it's when someone pulls your IP and they forcibly kick your entire team from the lobby so they can win the game. We played a team that had been DDoSing. I think they had DDoSed over 60 different teams and they had DDoSed the entire team every time. So that's 3 players times 60 and still not banned by Bungie. And you know, DDoS protection, will we have it, won't we have it on console? It's still a mystery to me. I don't know. But I thought this was a good game from me in terms of how I used what I have at my disposal against stasis. So I thought I would kind of do a post commentary, point out some good plays, point out some bad plays. You can see here my teammate went down, I put up the barricade, and I peek and I get instantly team shot. Now should I have peeked there? Maybe not. My teammates weren't engaging and obviously they were lined up team shotting. Everybody on the other team is probably using a steady hand. Now, my loadout was definitely pretty meta as well, don't get me wrong. I was using an igneous hammer with snapshot and quick draw, and of course using the chaperone. But the big difference between myself and my opponents here is I'm on Sentinel. And if you're playing Sentinel in this current sandbox, it's not that easy. And let me explain to you why. Well, you're going to see with some of my deaths, but basically, when you play on Sentinel and you're using a hand cannon and a shotgun, the only ways to really secure kills are your hand cannon and your shotgun, right? You don't have a grenade that's going to track around walls and immobilize your opponent and give you a damage boost. You don't have 2 melees that you can throw at people that track around walls and slow you and give your opponent nerfs to their accuracy. That's what shurikens do. So you don't have any of that. So you're at a clear disadvantage from the get-go. But, you know, I'm a bubble boy. I'm a purple guy. And I just like playing it. So that's why we're doing it. But it basically means if you're going to play against players with stasis, you're going to need to be accurate, you're going to need to hit your shots. And if you don't hit your shots, you're going to have a bad time. Now my teammate goes down here on the bridge. A little lucky, I think he was jumping and he just got caught. One guy punched over. I put a body shot into him with the chaperone so my teammate could clean him up. And here, I think this res is relatively safe. I tried to suppress this guy and finish him with the shot. I think if I got that kill right there, I would have won the round. Now, one thing I want to talk about is I'm struggling with the chaperone a little bit going back to Sentinel, and that might surprise some of you, but I have been playing Behemoth quite a lot and I've just decided I'm kind of over it. I don't want to play it so much anymore. It was fun at first, you know, using the movement, and it still is fun to use the Behemoth movement, but it's caused something of an issue for me, and that is the Cryoclasm slide. So the Cryoclasm slide is like 9 meters. It's a hell of a lot further than regular slide. So my muscle memory with a slide chaperone headshot has kind of been butchered. The ranges at which you can engage and on all of that sort of stuff, it's not the same. You can see here I was in a 1v2, they just waited for abilities, they dodged, they cold snapped, and they took me out. It's very hard to win those ones right now. That's the thing I've noticed the most about Trials since the introduction of Stasis. 1v3s have become significantly more difficult to pull off against decent players. They have so many abilities at their disposal. Again, they are 3 Revenants. So, you know, they've got a lot of abilities. Here, I just dropped my bubble. I'm going to use my bubble here to get weapons of light. And I also secured the heavy ammo. Now, it's the key to using bubble in this meta now. You put your bubble down, that's great. You've got to be brave now. You've got to try and seek them out and get some kills. Take advantage of that weapons of light. Like my teammate just did there, he got a pick. My chaperone can one shot to the body. My hand cannon's been going to be hitting 122 to the head. You can essentially 1 head, 2 body when weapons of light is active. Now, admittedly, you know, it's very strong, but at the same time, all it takes is 1 Revenant to throw a shuriken at you, and your gun has bloom. So, you know, maybe you won't hit your shots. It's risky, but it's worth taking the risk. Also, if you're going to play Sentinel in Trials, you ideally want to be the first person to use your supers. So you can continue to keep chaining your supers. Obviously, you feed your teammates orbs, they get their supers, they make some orbs, you get the second one, and so on and so forth. Depends as well, though. If you're not slaying out, if you're not the Slayer on your team, then maybe you don't want to do that. Now they've got a storm coming here, so I put up a barricade. we're relatively safe here. We just need to back up and get out. It looks like it's a precarious situation, but really it's not too bad there. The barricade was enough to pick up the teammate. Now we're in a 2v3. And again, you just got to be hyper wary of their abilities. Like I said, they're triple Revenant, so that means they have 6 shurikens total. So you got to watch out for those there. I managed to get a nice cheeky chaperone headshot. I've got Roadborn, but I feel like they're pretty aware of the fact that I've got Roadborn, so they're not going to run in and just give me easy kills. Because if they push me now, like, I would literally just, you know, I would insta-kill both of them. It's very, very easy to do. Now I'm going to play around this orb. One little trick in trials I like to do is just play around the orb that you've got. So you've got a kill here. Now I'm just going to kind of wait, maybe tempt one of them into getting the res, so maybe I could farm them both, which is what I'm going for here. But again, there's a lot of them there. And the thing is, like I was saying before, I'm just super wary of being hit by something. Getting hit by one shuriken is essentially a death sentence. Because now, the only way I can get kills is with my guns, right? I don't have tracking grenades, I don't have tracking melees, all I have is my guns. So luckily I was able to secure the kill. That right there might have cost me this round. I had Roadborn active, but like I mentioned before, the Cryoclasm slide. So if I had Cryoclasm slide there on Behemoth, I guaranteed kill that guy. Because I'm closing the gap and getting closer to him before I pull the trigger. So I'm going back to Sentinel with the chaperone, and yeah, it's been a little bit tricky because the past couple of weeks I've been playing Sentinel, but I've been sniping on Sentinel. I've found it easier to snipe because I don't have that slide shotgun problem that I normally have. Now here they're capping the flag. I'm going to try and get this pick here. He has hit me with a shuriken, and I trade, which is unfortunate, but again, I'm just lucky to have even connected my bullet there, because obviously he hit me with the shuriken and I was slowed, so I didn't have accuracy on my guns. I really could have won that round there with that kill on bridge. If I had just closed the gap a little bit better and hit the headshot, I'd have been in a 1v1, and I probably would have won that round. Now we have got a Behemoth. Now if he had Radiant Light or Powerful Friends there, I would have had Charge with Light, which is something you really want to do in Trials, but he didn't. I got Silencer Squalled, I got Frozen, and I got killed. It's a pretty typical death in the stasis arena that is Trials of Osiris. Now Jesse's pushing in, does really good with his super, and I think my res is available, so Ghani's going to get my res, and yeah, they won the round. Teammates putting in work there. Real good. But yeah, that's a tip for you guys. Run Radiant Light on your character. It's a mod. Basically, when you pop your super, your teammates become charged with light. Really want to run that, because obviously when you're charged with light, you're going to be doing more damage as long as you have high energy fire active on your armor somewhere. I like to have it on my boots. And with the 120 hand cannon, you're going to be 2-tapping people when you get charged with light. It's kind of broken, let's be honest. Your teammate pops super, and now until you get a kill, your 120 is going to hit over 100 to the head. These are just things you simply have to leverage in Trials, though, especially if you're playing on a light-based subclass. Now here, I'm hoping I could barricade for res, but if they do push, I'm going to drop a bubble. And again, I just fed Ghani 3 orbs for his storm, which is really nice. And now the enemy team is probably rotating all the way over to the left. But let me just show you now how broken Igneous Hammer is with Weapons of Light. Because just watch this. That guy is on the other side of the map, and I was hitting 113s to the head. And that's the kind of risk you've got to take with Weapons of Light. Especially in this meta, you've got to aggressively seek out your opponents and try and kill them. I drop a suppress there because I know he's crouching there, and obviously he has a ton of abilities. This guy's going for the res. I get him off the res. Now right here, I have to kill this guy before suppress runs out. Because if I don't, there's only one thing he's going to do, and that is solo super me with that very amazing stasis super of his. And you know, again, my mistake there is not killing him while he was suppressed. I had a chance to 2-tap him, I missed one of my shots, and I lost the round. I'm sure you're noticing a pattern with all of my deaths though. Every single one of my deaths, I'm either slowed or frozen. I'm not dying in a clean gunfight, and it frustrates the hell out of me. It frustrates the hell out of me. Like, you guys might be confused, like they nerfed stasis, why are you complaining about stasis? Listen, in Trials, I think on Friday and Saturday, there was like a honeymoon period. You're seeing all sorts of subclasses. You're seeing different hunters, you're seeing different warlocks, you're seeing some striker titans, some thunder crash supers. You're seeing a decent mix of supers. But as the weekend has gone on, it has simply reverted back to all stasis, which is pretty much what I expected. Now, I made that RIP Revenant video, you guys might remember last week. that was purely for the memes. There are a couple of people who left comments saying, but Revenant's still the best. I actually replied to them on that video and I said, yes, Revenant is still the best, but I wanted to make this video for the memes. It's simply just got too much utility. Until the debuffs from slow are nerfed, Revenant will stay on top. It's just too good. Dodging or teleporting near someone will slow them and give them bloom. Throwing 2 shurikens at them will slow them and give them bloom. Dodging near someone will slow them and recharge your melee and give them bloom. Now, the Shatter Dive combo I feel like has been pretty much neutered. Shatter Dive is no longer that effective. I think players can use it to just make a quick drop and escape from certain angles. I don't really see an issue with that, to be honest, at this point. But until the slow debuffs are addressed, it's going to be the meta, and it's super frustrating. Now here, I know this guy's running from my teammate, so I just get in position to get the cutoff. That's something you want to do in trials, so your teammate goes from the right with his super. Logically, you should go to the left and go for the cutoff, because obviously your opponents are most likely running away from the super. And again, you want to be next to your teammate when he pops a super, and then you want to split off to get that cutoff. And now we are at 4-4 against this triple Revenant team. I am at big numbers here, so it's very, very important here that you don't challenge and you just get that super up. It's kind of boring, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to help someone go flawless. I don't know if people on the other team were doing help. I think they were. And of course, like I said, they're at a big advantage when it comes to neutral game engagements. They literally can just apply bloom to your weapons. So you have to be careful. It's kind of like a cat and mouse thing where you want to just bait out whatever they're going to throw at you and then, you know, try and kill them if you get the chance. I know that they are probably going to get a Silence and Squall, but luckily Ward of Dawn is a really solid counter to the Silence and Squall, so I'm not too worried about just one. If they had 2, it would be a bit of an issue. Now I can see pings on the radar, so obviously he's just going to get in here and he's going to try and super. He actually didn't go for it, but you just can't risk not popping there in case he did decide to super. Now this guy made a huge mistake. I have Weapons of Light with the Chaperone, which means I can body shot you from very far away, and I have absolutely no qualms doing it, because at the end of the day, like I said, all of my gun kills are with my guns. That's why I just said gun kills, but you know what I mean. You can watch my gameplay. How many of my kills are preceded by me nading them or using some sort of ability? Not a single one. That's how I like to play. I don't really like priming people with a grenade or with a melee or a shuriken. It's not as satisfying as just earning those kills, and that's right. I earned that Chaperone body shot, baby. Weapons of Light for the win. Nice little 5-4 dub for the squad, using Sentinel Titan against 3 Revenants. I don't normally do these sort of post-com games where I'm being serious and analyzing the gameplay, so I don't know if you liked it or not, but there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.